Welcome! Today, we are diving deep into the Business Analysts Toolkit. We're going to pull out 10, that's right, 10 absolutely essential techniques from the Babak Guide that are seriously going to level up how you approach your projects. And a big thanks to Oasis&Brooks Ltd for making this training possible. So we've structured this like a journey. First, we'll start with Phase 1, getting that high-level strategic vision. Then in Phase 2, we'll zoom in and really define the change we want to make. And finally, Phase 3 is all about delivering that value. Think of it as our roadmap to success. Okay, let's jump right into Phase 1, strategic vision. Before you can change anything, you have to understand the world you're operating in. This phase is all about seeing the bigger picture, seeing the forest for the trees. First step, we've got benchmarking and market analysis. Honestly, you can think of this as doing a little bit of corporate espionage, but, the legal kind. It's really all about looking at what your competitors are doing, what the best-in-class companies are doing, and figuring out where you can improve. So let's say you're a retail company, and you notice people are abandoning their shopping carts like crazy. Well, with benchmarking, you might look at your top competitors and see they all have a super simple one-click checkout. Boom! Suddenly you've gone from having a vague problem to having a crystal-clear, data-backed mission. Next, we need to look inward with business capability analysis. This is all about understanding what your organization can do. What are its core strengths, its unique abilities? It's kind of like a deep dive into your company's DNA to see what it's made of. And here's where it gets really powerful. A logistics firm wants to launch same-day delivery, so they map out their capabilities and realize, hey, we're great at route optimization and fleet management, but our driver communication is, well, not so great. They've just identified the exact capability they need to build to make their new service a success. That's huge. All right, next up is the balanced scorecard. This tool is your secret weapon against getting tunnel vision. It's so easy to get obsessed with just the financial numbers, right? But this scorecard forces you to look at everything: your customers, your internal processes, and, crucially, your team's growth and learning. For a startup, this is an absolute must. You could be making tons of money, but if your customer satisfaction is plummeting and your team is burning out, you're heading for a cliff. The balanced scorecard helps you see those warning lights before it's too late. Okay, we've got our strategic vision. We know where we want to go. Now for Phase 2, how do we actually, do it? This part is all about creating the plan, justifying the project, and coming up with the solutions. Every major project needs a reason to exist, and that's where the business case comes in. This is your formal justification. It's the document that you use to convince leadership, hey, this isn't just a cool idea, it's a smart investment that's going to pay off. Think about it like this. You want a new CRM system. The business case will lay it all out. Here's what it will cost, sure, but here are the benefits. We're talking a projected 15% bump in sales, happier customers who stick around. It's all about showing that the value you're getting far outweighs the price you're paying. Now this next one, the business model canvas, is a total game changer. It's a way to get your entire business model onto a single sheet of paper. I mean, the whole thing. It's an incredibly powerful tool for getting everyone on the same page fast. And when you see it all laid out like this, it's amazing. You can instantly see how your key activities connect to your value proposition and how that serves your customers and how that leads to your revenue. It connects all the dots and gives you that complete picture in just one glance. All right, let's talk about business rules analysis. These are the unwritten, and sometimes written, rules that run your company. They're all the little if this then that decisions that happen every single day, governing everything from discounts to delivery. A perfect example is an e-commerce site. It needs clear rules, right? If the order is over $50, then shipping is free. If the package is going international, add a 15 fee. You have to define these explicitly because these rules are what allow your systems to make smart, consistent decisions automatically. And of course, to come up with great ideas, we need brainstorming. It's fantastic for getting a ton of creative options on the table in a short amount of time. The key, though, is that you have to create a safe, non-judgmental space where even the wildest ideas are welcome. Okay, we have our vision, we have our plan. It's time for the final phase, delivering the value. This is where the rubber meets the road. It's all about managing the work and making absolutely sure we build the right thing. Let's talk about backlog management. A backlog is so much more than a to-do list. It's a prioritized roadmap. The whole point is to constantly ask, what is the most valuable thing we can be working on right now, and make sure that's what's at the very top of the list. I mean, look at this example. If you have a critical bug that's stopping users from logging in, that's priority number one, period. A new payment option is valuable, sure, but it can wait. Changing a button color, that's way down the list. The backlog makes these priorities clear to everyone. You know, sometimes the best way to solve a really tricky problem is to turn it into a game. Collaborative games are an amazing way to get people thinking differently, to break down silos, and to have those big aha moments you just can't get in a typical meeting. A classic one is the product box game. You get the team to design the box for the feature as if it were being sold in a store. It sounds simple, but it forces everyone to agree on the most important benefits and the key selling points. It's a really fun way to get to a shared understanding. And finally, how do we know when we're actually done? And I mean, really done. That's what acceptance and evaluation criteria are for. They are our clear, objective, and measurable definition of success. For a new registration feature, the criteria are totally black and white. Can a user create an account? Yes or no? Is the password at least 8 characters? Yes or no? Is the confirmation email sent within 5 seconds? Yes or no? There's no ambiguity. It either works as defined or it doesn't. So there you have it. 10 incredibly powerful techniques that take you all the way from high-level strategy right down to successful delivery. We've given you a starter toolkit. The real question is, which tool are you going to pick up and start using first?